Well, fellas, I have been busy. First off, right off the gun, if you've never done an Elantra before, or tore the one off the one you have, this metal originally came down, rounded, and then came straight down to about here. I just took a sledgehammer, pounded it in and up, and right now it's tight up against the frame rail. This right here, I believe, it's like, I can think of the name. Anyway, it's hooked up to your fuel system. So you don't really want to take this off. But all it's holding on is this metal strap. Runs the length of it and then bolts up on the other side. If yours is like mine, then Mother Nature's already done you a favor, and you can just fit a pry bar in there and break it. Now mine, I had to nip it on both sides with, I think, a pair of bolt cutters. I think that's what they used to be. And then pried it over with the bar, a couple bending back and forth, and finally snapped. And I stuck the pry bar on top of it, pried it down. It had a plug in it. Unplug it. And you should be good to go. I just made sure mine was held down with a little piece of 14 gauge 9 wire, so I wouldn't hit with the hammer. And then I just sledged all this metal in. And of course, on the other side, you have the exhaust pipe in your way, which mine has a 100% complete exhaust. So I gotta cut the cat off. I gotta pull the muffler out. And then this gives you a better idea of what I had here. The metal came all the way down and it just smashed up against the frame. Right now it's smashed into the muffler. I really don't feel like dragging out my 100-foot extension cord just to cut that off. I'll wait till closer to time, I'll move it up. I already started creasing. This side is messed up. I was using way too big of a hammer. I hit there way too hard, and as you can see, I got a pretty nasty kink in it. It was worse. I managed to get it out some, but now I don't have much metal left to try pinching. I'm going to continue, but this, I almost feel like the metal density is different than anything else I've messed with. It really reminds me of the Subaru, but not quite. The other side is a lot better. And if you've never really creased before, I don't recommend trying to do a double crease. This, I guess, might be considered a double crease, but all this is I hammered, the factory body line has a crease in it. I hammered that down and hammered it in at the same time, top, bottom, top, bottom. After that was pounded in. And then I took the sledge. Now, I pounded this in first with the ball peen hammer. Then I took the sledgehammer and I hit the bottom and curled the bottom part of the metal up, making my second crease. And then what I do is I just pound in and crease the whole way around my fuel cap. Now, I'm crunched for time, so I do not recommend leaving any windows in. Because if this metal would bend too much, that's going to shatter, or if I miss, it's going to shatter. I do not recommend creasing, or dimpling, whatever you want to call it, with any windows in. But right now, I don't have a tarp to put over this. I always put tarps over my cars. Have not let one sit out in the rain yet on purpose. I got a month to build this one, so right now I'm doing everything I possibly can before taking the windows out. Unfortunately, they're probably coming out this weekend because we need to get it done, and we don't really get moving and grooving on a car until the windows come out. It is gutted. Got all the interior out of it. Well, not completely out of it, but torn off, ready to just be pitched. Found all kinds of stuff when I daily drove this car. Got all 4 brand new headlights. They're all 4 brand new. They're out in one piece. pretty sure they are anyway. They're all the wiring to them. I'm definitely 100% going to try to sell those. Exhaust tip off of something. I think this is the one I got from my neighbor. Something else I wanted to show you guys is the front bumper on this. Pathetic. It doesn't even have a backing on it. No backing whatsoever. It's just got this little piece going to the front from the support here. And then it's got them two little things in the back. And then another bracket just like this on the other side. And that's all the structural interior it has. The rest is just the front and then this little piece on the very front. And then of course they even had to cut holes in the front of it. Although something I do like is these frame rails, once you unbolt this, is almost dead level with the front of this core support. Like you cannot cut this much shorter without having to mess with your core support. So that is actually really cool to me. I know Camrys, they stick out pretty far from what I've seen. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. And usually the big thing with the Camry guys is the shows that say you can't shorten your frame. Well, heck, you can't really shorten this one without moving all that or cutting it out. The rad support is pretty flimsy. Nothing like a W body. Although that would be pretty interesting, putting a double, don't even think about it. But it's really thin here. I mean, there's two layers to here, and then it's just got this flimsy black piece right across, which I was bending. Where was I bending it? There you go. Right there. Yeah, it bends a little bit by hand. However, the very bottom, right here, that's solid. You got all this subframe mounts in here, and it's got all this in the front. So I honestly would probably try to get away with seam welding this. I might try, I might not try. I think that hit something. Yeah, the other side's straight. That hit something at one point in time. Not half bad mounts. Hey, I can use this to fix my Dodge. All these hoses. I pulled a hose out of my Cummins by accident. So now I gotta fix that. Now there's your timing. Just like a Tiburon. I might try to keep that plastic on for a mud shield. Might. But yeah, that's that, guys. I would not run this bumper in a stock show. I'm not going to run this bumper. I'm running a 2x6 1/4 inch. But this frame, I'm really impressed with this frame for like a really stock show or gun go, or maybe even weld if you're allowed to seam weld your bumper mounting components. Or my county fair, you're allowed to reinforce this a foot back. You're allowed to put just about anything within the first foot. You're allowed to put anything. So this would be pretty half decent welded up for the 4-cylinder class. I'm definitely, if I find one cheap enough, I definitely would grab another one. I definitely wouldn't pay $700 for it. I mean, heck, I paid less than that for two Cavaliers. I just bought another car. I gotta go get it, which you guys will be seeing a video for it probably towards the end of July, because they got to clean it out. All this, they're going on vacation. I told them I'm in no hurry to get it. Have not paid them for it yet, just in case they back out of the deal. But I'm not too worried about it. I've known them for a while. That's pretty much it, guys. And I did learn something else on these linkages. Apparently they like to pull apart. Like as you can see, there's a bunch of arms and everything here. I believe this right here is the sensor that tells your car what gear it's in. This is that little diagram frame is in there. It slides and it probably moves almost like a selector in there on a circuit board. That probably tells it if it can turn the starter on or not. Another little trick I'd like to try on a bone stock gut and go car where you're not allowed to do like anything under the hood is I want to try unplugging the AC compressor and turning the AC on, and that is supposed to power your fans full on. You'll have your fans on the entire time because it thinks that the air compressor is adding a load to the engine and it needs to cool it off. It needs to cool that AC condenser in the front. So if you have to run factory wiring under the hood for your fans and everything, I honestly would try that. I've never tried it myself. I can't per se what it would do. That's actually a huge suggestion of mine. Now something else you need to do is get in your fuse box. Yeah, I got all kinds of stuff in here. I forgot there's like 3 or 4 clips holding that on. I only got one hand free. That's something else you can do. The hoses for your heat, they literally just U right here. So I might have to get a piece of U hose, because this will be looped. So I gotta get a piece of a U hose, or maybe this long one will work, and put the filler neck in it. Hopefully I can stick it up through the hood or something. Or they probably won't like that. I can pull it out after tech. Just to get it out of the way of the front. Because I don't know how far this is going to push in. I honestly don't know if there's going to be 5 cars or 25 cars. The max limit they're taking is 25. You had to pre-register for it. And it is West Alexander. So if any of you guys are building cars for West Alexander, good luck. Can't wait to see you there, and we're gonna have a blast with this car. I will catch you guys next time.